Okay, a reverse angle from where I was. I head on down into the den, the man cave, as it were. And first thing we'll do is take a left and head over here because I want to show you guys this. This is my Blue in the Face movie poster, and it's one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite soundtracks, and I love it. So got it and framed it and put it on up. There's the B&B room. Here's my office with some books and some stuff and whatever, but the fun stuff really starts over here. So we're gonna go over here real quick. This is my latest little collage I like to call the Southern Man, although there's a whole lot of stuff on there that doesn't really have anything to do with the South, maybe, but I don't know. In my mind, it just all kind of connects. Thelonious, crawdads, salsa, fresh tomatoes, dogs, pirates, South Pacific, tomatoes. You'll see a lot of tomatoes in my stuff. But I wanted to show you guys this because I just think it's cool and funky, and oh, there's some biscuits. I've always been a collector of a lot of magazines, and you know, hey, you get ready to throw them all out, cut them up, make something cool out of it. That's what we decided to do with this. I love that right there. Okay, no further ado, because it's about the music, right? So we're gonna cruise around. Here's a little den action, fireplace, kick back, watch a few movies, some guitar action. It's my chair right there, okay? We don't spend a ton of time down here because I seem to be the only one that enjoys sitting on this couch. So we spend most of our family time upstairs, but anyway. This is where my wife has kind of Hobby Lobbied me up a little bit. But there's my sweet baby with another one of my sweet babies. Family photo, a little greenery. God's good all the time. There's me and my gal. Back in the dizzle. More family stuff. Magazines and a turtle shell. Yeah, of course, turtle shell. Got a little project going on, so pardon the mess. Come over here. Here's my John Hartford. We'll be talking about some John Hartford. I'll be doing one of his showcases. I love John Hartford. I don't want to even get started right now because I'll go down a rabbit trail. Over here we got some CDs and books and all kinds of weird little tchotchkes. And it's funny, my son Jojo was telling me earlier, Dad, go through that slowly. That's what the people like. They like to see all that cool stuff. So there you go. Picture of my son Coulter on the beach down in Mexico Beach, and a few books and some popcorn, right? And a few more books and a dude up there to keep it all safe, right? A few more things down here. And there's my sweet baby, 6 years old, in her little homemade dress, looking absolutely adorable. And a few of my weird little things. My adorable wife dusts this stuff probably every third or fourth day, and I appreciate her for that. A few more books, another picture of Coulter back there. All right, then we're gonna swing over here, and now we're into the thick of things. I see a little Bob Dylan. You guys saw me talk about Together Through Life the other day. I love that record. There's a poster from when my wife and I saw him a few years back up in Huntsville. Come over here, we'll start from the top and head down. Shovels and Rope, we'll be talking more about them. Great husband and wife team. Just wonderful, wonderful musicians. They each play 4 or 5 instruments and vocal harmonies like you wouldn't believe, and just a wonderful, wonderful band. Patterson Hood, one of the members of the Drive-By Truckers. We'll be doing a Truckers video before too long, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time about that while I talk about that. A little Bob Dylan action. Back over here, we got some more Drive-By Truckers. Up there, we got some Elvis, Blue Moon of Kentucky, baby. And got a little bit of Bob on the wall there, and So first little bit of music. Well, this is of course a little Blue Note plaque and a Blue Note plaque, and oh yeah, you bet we've got a lava lamp. But here's a cool thing, little glass case to throw your ticket stubs in there. What do we got? I can't really read any of them. Oh, there's a Jefferson Starship. That's a great one to have right up there on the top. Hey, but what did we know, right? Oh, that was a horrible show. Really, really bad show. Anyway, got that. This collection right here, these are all Blue Note CDs. At one point in time, I lived in Dallas, just a little bit north of Dallas, was Denton, Texas, home of North Texas State University. They had a wonderful jazz program, and because of that, that Best Buy was always stocked with just killer Blue Note CDs. And I bought a ton of them. Hey man, Blue Note, right? So there's a guitar I need to restring. Oh, a little bit of Robert Johnson. Can't leave Rob out. Okay, and more CDs over here. Let me back up a little bit. That's probably what, about 800 or 900 of them, and this is another little collage I made, and I dig this one quite a bit too. I mean, you know, Thelonious Monk, a big old fat barbecue sandwich. You got some Frank Sinatra and some Robert Redford. There's that Art Blakey cover, The Big Beat. I love it so much. You got some Levon Helm up there. Just all kind. Oh man. Anyway, that's an advertising backlit LED deal that I brought home from work, and they were going to throw it away, and I said, man, I could do something with that. So I made a collage out of it, and I love that. Down here, got some Bob. This is my Bob box. Okay, I had a ton of old magazines, old Rolling Stones, and Paste, and Uncut, and Mojo, and all of that. Plus, I cheated and bought some Bob Dylan stickers off of Amazon. But this is my Bob box, and I'm not going to take the time to turn it around and do all four sides. Maybe we'll do that at some point in time when I do a Bob showcase. I got some blues records. I was in a blues mood the other night, and Bob vinyls. You know, just pretty much my favorite Bobs. You know how it is, you Bob people out there. So anyway, flipping through some of those, there's some Bob CD boxes. This stack right here going up, that's those are all soundtracks, and I'm a big soundtrack guy. Most of this stuff up here is music books. Well, really, pretty much everything back here that's readable is a music book. There's a bunch of them down there underneath. And then come up here and you got quite a few more. This is a turntable that will rip from turntable to MP3. And that's how I get a lot of my older vinyls onto my phone, which is how I listen quite a bit. All right, a little bit of Donald Byrd action, Blue Note. Here's my turntable. You know, it's a Gemini Technics cartridge. Buddy of mine gave me this, wow, probably 20 years ago. And I don't know if I can get the case up for you single-handed. There's the last record I listened to. A little bit of Motherless Brooklyn, the original soundtrack. That's the Ed Norton film. It's got Flea and Wynton Marsalis and Tom York on the soundtrack. It's just absolutely lovely. There's box sets scattered all over the place because they're of all sizes and shapes, and trying to get them all in one place is kind of hard to do. But anyway, okay, this little shelf right here is Blue Note stuff. Blue Note records and Blue Note 10 inches and Blue Note coffee table artwork and album covers and the Blue Note book and all of that. You know, I was looking through this a little while ago. There's my Blue Note pen. If you haven't seen this, you need to see this. If you need to know more or interested at all in Blue Note, that's the documentary Story of Modern Jazz. Wonderful. Julian Benedict does a wonderful job in that. I was checking this out earlier. This is the Blue Note catalog. And there's just page after page after page of cassette and CD. I mean, page after page, and then you get down to the vinyl selection, and there's like a page and a half. That's all there is. But anyway, this is their catalog numbers and all of that, and how I can order that stuff when I'm on war, which is pretty much all the time. I said in one of my videos the other day that I had a Marantz receiver, and that was a slip of the tongue. I actually have a Pioneer. It's an XS 3800. It was top of the line back in what, the early 80s, but it serves me really, really well. And it looks like my sister's Marantz, and so that's probably why I messed up on that. And then a dual tape deck and a cheap little Japanese CD player that works really, really well. And then the records that I've collected for the past 6 or 7 years. You know, pretty much, I guess that's about 1,100 records. So I showed you the Blue Note stuff, showed you the other records down here. This section in the middle is my very small, compared to yours, Mazzy, Beatles section. A few more CD box sets, a few more music books, and just different things. Bam, bada, bang, bam, bada, bang. Then over here, got a little Miles Davis, and then I guess, I don't know, roughly another 900 CDs. Okay. Oh, there you go. There's a Jaws pop. There's some records that I've pulled for the next, pardon me, for the next video that I do. I'm gonna go ahead and pan on over and drum kit. I try to have a buddy or somebody, my wife or somebody down here listening to music with me as often as I can. And so backing over into this corner, there's a little middle table, a couple of nice little chairs to kick back in, my mandolin, so that if I hear something I think, hey, I can play that, I can pick it right up and start playing. A couple of the latest music reads. This is Beautiful Dreamer, Bill Frisell. I mean, you guys know who he is. And this is Ben Folds, and I love both of those. Kind of in the middle of both of them. This is a really cool book, something that I like to look at when I'm just listening to music. This is Earth from Above, 365 Days. Put that guitar pick over to the side. There's just all kinds of cool photos and a little something about the photo. Of course, we're picking up. Check that out. Really cool. All kinds of cool stuff. It's a great book. Just look at those photos and read about different things while you're listening to music. Really cool. Right, so then we're going to swing on around. This is what a busted Amazon vinyl that was delivered yesterday. One of my boys' hoverboards. Some mudroom shoe action. When you got a bunch of boys in the house, you're always going to have a bunch of shoes around. These will be full of plants here in just about 2 or 3 months when it starts getting cold. Oh, there's my beer that I forgot about. Hey, let me turn this light on because I want to show you guys something over here as well. All right, so first of all, here's my little downstairs fridge, and a little bit more Patterson hood. Again, drive-by truckers. Pretty big fan, right? This one signed, pretty proud of that. We'll talk more about the truckers. Here's some more of their stuff. Wes Freed's artwork. Very cool. My beautiful baby and one of my boys. This was the whatever they call them, the not publicity photo, but anyway, they were just in Hello Dolly, and that was their cast photo, I guess. A little wet bar action, some stuff happening back here, and then the room from a distance. So again, just kind of panning around from the fireplace. I started at the top of the stairs, came down, a little bit of fireplace, spin on around. Now you're in the music room. And CDs, records, stereo, right? And that's pretty much about it, y'all. You know, nothing fancy, but boy, I love it. And hours and hours of pleasure. JoJo wanted me to show you guys a couple of things a little bit closer. I guess everybody has tchotchkes, right? But boy, I love my tchotchkes. Some of these things I've had since I was 5 or 6 years old. And I've always loved shadow boxes. I just love it. So cool. So anyway, oh, and one other thing, real quick. This is my little store, my little Mexican store. Okay, you got a little barber chair. You got some books and a butter churner and some tools and lanterns and some chickens running wild, a little piglet in there. I just absolutely love that thing. I could stare at it for hours. So cool, right? So anyway, I think that's about it, y'all. Let me see if I can get this thing turned around. All right, y'all. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'm trying to figure out how to use my wife's phone so that I can switch angles from looking at the stuff to going back to me. I don't know how to do that, so I'm gonna do this. I'm sorry. Hey, I appreciate you being patient with me. I think I told you guys in the very first video that I did, I'm not Mr. Technology. But that's my stuff, and that's my jam, and this is where I hang out, and this is where I listen to music. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight and looking at stuff with me and going down memory lane and just having a little bit of fun. Y'all have a great night. Everybody sleep well. I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye. And the slow pan. The slow pan. We'll come back around. Good night, everybody.